Ladies and gents, I am the one and only Gunther. No, I'm not. I'm the one and only DJ Storms, and this is not Nazi Germany. This is the official rundown for WWE Royal Rumble 2022, which of course is streaming live on Peacock. That would be this Saturday, January 29th, with the pre-show starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the main show at 8. I fucking hate that they started to push the main pay-per-views back to 8 o'clock. It is kind of a liability in my eyes, but nevertheless, it is indeed Royal Rumble season and WrestleMania season. It certainly doesn't feel like it, but nevertheless, we are here, and yes, I said we are here to dissect everything Royal Rumble 2022 related. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I'm sorry we were a few minutes late, but nevertheless, we are here live on YouTube, and I am not alone. Ladies and gentlemen, back with me. Once again, I was actually on his show this past Thursday, in which we talked about AEW Dynamite, among a few other things. Please help me welcome back to the channel, once again, a mainstay on this channel. He's back on the channel for the second time this month, Mr. Earl Cole. How are you doing, sir?
DJ Storms, thank you so much for allowing me to come back on your channel. I do appreciate it. And hello, everyone, and happy Sunday to you all as we head to the Royal Rumble 2022. You know something, ladies and gentlemen, every time I do these shows, whether it's a prediction show, a rundown, or any kind of show, I'm always in awe and is curious to see what kind of Royal Rumble are we going to get every year. I grew up on the Royal Rumble, and I always like surprises. This year, the WWE kind of ruined the surprise by releasing the women's field a little too early. I was not happy about that, and I said, "Oh, geez, now what are we going to get here? Now what are we going to do?" Because, as we all know, they says that WrestleMania is supposed to be stupendous this year. Well, you know something, the WWE always hung up on these words and these catchphrases and everything else, and they really do not deliver on those catchphrases. So, are we going to get a stupendous WrestleMania this year? Are we going to get some decent wrestling? Are we going to get some decent wrestling? Are we going to get something stupendous? Are we going to get a shocker? Are we going to get a surprise? What is the word stupendous and what's in the cook pot? That is the big question. That is a big question here today. For most of you who don't know me, I am the host of the Wrestling Experience. The show is one of the hottest things I think I've ever done. It has a lot of buzz to it. I have a lot of guests to it. DJ Storms was one of my guests, my returning guest, and we had a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun this week doing my show. So if you've never seen the show before, if you want to see it again, if you want to do it again, I urge you to get on my channel and watch the encore presentation, because it is absolutely, you're going to be entertained. I've never laughed so hard with DJ Storms on my show. That was absolutely the most entertaining thing I've ever done. When the show was over, I was still laughing. It was just absolutely one of the best things you ever seen. So please, if you want to see me and DJ Storms do our thing, please, I urge you, watch the encore presentation because you will be entertained. If you want to follow me on social media, you can. And that's very simple. You can follow me on Twitter at WWE Earl C. That's WWE Earl C on Twitter. Instagram, I'm at Earl C99. Facebook, you can always look me up, Earl Cole. And if you make me a friend on Facebook, I just may invite you to the DJ Storms Posse page, which I am a senior administrator. And I am the brand ambassador, the group ambassador, which I was named by Facebook this week. And I have grown the channel because I've added new members. and I give out news, rumors, and reports. Um, Today, after this Royal Rumble, I about an AEW article that just came to my internet, and I think it should be shared on this channel, and I'm going to discuss it. It's very thought provoking, and the wrestling community is just absolutely. I don't know what to say about fans anymore. I really don't. Anyway, I am honored to be here, DJ Storms. I am honored to get in the ring with you again. We have done all kinds of rundowns and lightning flash updates and everything else, and all of our videos have grown exponentially. And when we come together, folks, it's like Peaches and Herb says, it's like reuniting feels so good. You know, we grow the channels, we grow each other, and we learn from each other, and it's just absolutely fabulous. So I'm honored to be here today. I'm ready to go. And Jesus Stones, let's get into this ring.
So, like he said, you can follow him on social media. All of his social medias are in the description, as well as the link to his YouTube channel. Subscribe to his channel, as well as check out the encore presentation of the Wrestling Experience, in which I was a guest on this past Thursday, and I greatly appreciate him having me on the show. If you want to go check out the Lightning Flash update from yesterday, that is also live on the channel. The link is in the description. A fairly quick Lightning Flash update, but there wasn't really too much to discuss in terms of the weekly shows. I only reviewed about 4 weekly shows because A, I already reviewed Dynamite with Earl on Thursday, and B, NXT just absolutely fucking sucks. I mean, no wonder why the ratings are down. But nevertheless, go check out the LFU. Go check out the Wrestling Experience. Please make sure you follow me on social media. That is on Instagram at @TheDJ_Storms. You can add me on Facebook for collaborations and business inquiries. Please send me an email. My email is, of course, StormsTakeOver@gmail.com. Please make sure to like the official DJ Storms business page, and I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms Posse group on Facebook. You will get all of the latest news, rumors, and reports in the world of pro wrestling from Mr. Earl Cole, and he reports every single source within the community that comes out with these reports. He's not biased towards one or biased against the other. He reports them all. Ringside News, Dave Meltzer, Alvarez, PW Insider, Cage Side Seats, Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful, you name it. He reports them all, and he will get you the best possible news, rumors, and reports, the most accurate news, rumors, and reports as well. Check out all the links in the description. Please make sure you hit the like button. If you have not already done so, hit that like button. Get as many likes as possible. And, of course, share out the stream on all platforms of social media. I'm talking about Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok. So far, we have 7 likes. We need more than that. I see Rob Wells Jr., DJ Sums, Mitch Kofsky, and Peanuts. You're all in the chat. We need some more people in this chat. So I need y'all to share out the stream on all platforms of social media. Let everybody know that DJ Storms is live on YouTube.com. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well if you have not already done so. And hit that notifications bell with a huge coup de grace. That way you will know whenever I pop up on YouTube. Because whenever I pop up on YouTube, baby, it is the best time to be on YouTube because it's the only time that you are going to get to see this glorious sideburn chin strap combo, this beautiful mustache right here. I think Earl knows what's coming next. He knows what's coming next.
Yes, absolutely. Mr. Comb.
Here we go.
Mr.
And
Comb.
what it is time for is it's time to light it up here with a little and a dash of and a whole lot of
Good.
I'm like Campbell's soup. Tastes so good. Everybody wants a piece of the Storms Meister. You already know the drill. Dee Dee just joined. Very, very happy
Hello,
to see her here. Of course, she is the #1 mod here on the channel. She's the one that's making sure everyone stays in line, because if she doesn't come in, then at the end of the day, everyone is reckless over here. So do not mess with Dee, because I'm telling you, Dee is going to put you in your place. Nevertheless, enough of the self-brand promotion, the advertisements. We're going to get straight into the festivities. Earl, you said you had an article from AEW. Before we get into the Royal Rumble, I'd actually like for you to tell us what this article is all about.
Okay, well, as everybody knows right now, ladies and gentlemen, Lio Rush is leaving AEW. And why is he leaving AEW? He had it out with Tony Khan. Okay? And it was over what Big Swole says. Now, I have not addressed this publicly, and I'm going to do it today because I'm getting sick and tired of this. I think that this situation is getting out of control. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, this situation sickens me. You people in the wrestling community have to learn that Tony Khan is not a racist. I am sick of seeing that on Twitter. I am sick of hearing it from people. I am sick and tired of you people keep saying that this man is a racist. First of all, the Big Swole situation should have been handled behind the scenes. It should have not been handled on the internet for everybody and Tom, Dick, and Harry to read. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Second thing is the way you all are making these comments is like you know Tony, you don't work there. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and you really don't know what Tony Khan is thinking. So I want you all to stop with these comments because it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And for Lio Rush to come out and say that Tony Khan should apologize and all of this stuff and going back and forth with Tony Khan, it was absolutely ridiculous. He shouldn't have never even gotten involved in it. It's not his fight. It's not his fight. Now he lost his job in AEW. His contract expired on the 14th of of February. And he's done. He's done with the company because him and Tony Khan cannot work out their differences. This thing with Big Swole and the diversity is absolutely ridiculous. It's baseless. If Tony Khan was a racist, he wouldn't have Powerhouse Hobbs. He wouldn't have Red Velvet. He wouldn't have other American people in his company. He wouldn't even hire Mark Henry if he was racist. So how could you sit there and say to me that this man is a racist? It's just absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen anything so vicious than the Twitter people on Twitter. One person said on Twitter, and I quote, they says, saying that this dude is some kind of a cult. What I mean, Tony Khan doesn't come. What are you talking about? I bet Tony Khan is a KKK member. What kind of a what?
And you want to wonder why I don't respect anybody. You want to wonder why I don't respect anyone because everyone's a fucking idiot, dude.
I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. These Twitter comments are absolutely ridiculous.
Here's the crazy part about it. Here's the whole crazy part about it. The thing is, yes, it should have been handled privately, and you could argue that both ways. It should have been handled privately, but at the end of the day, I don't blame Tony Khan for doing what he did. I don't blame Tony Khan for saying what he said to Big Swole publicly because at the end of the day, Big Swole was the one that started this. Big Swole made a baseless, stupid comment, and I've already concluded And it's clear as day. And if people can't see it right now, then I think there might be something mentally wrong with you. Big Swole is a race baiter. Big Swole is a race baiter, and she is a complete delusional idiot trying to think that racism is still prominent when it's not. If that was the case, would you think that I would have Earl Cole on my show, people? Would Earl Cole be in my show if that was the case? No. But so people are going to go off and say that, oh, God, Big Swole is correct. No, she's not. Where is there the diversity issue? He already mentioned Red Velvet, did Earl, who, by the way, main evented the first ever episode of Rampage. Powerhouse Hobbs could absolutely be a champion this year. Scorpio Sky has a prominent role on television, and he was one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions. The Acclaimed has a prominent spot on television. They're over as fuck. Dante Martin has had the biggest breakout year of his career in the last year. Then you got Jade Cargill, who just won the TBS Women's Championship. What more do you need? You don't push someone and put someone in a prominent position just because of the color of their skin. You push them because they've earned it, they've worked for it, and they're ready. Now, as far as Lio Rush goes, Lio Rush, he stepped over the line. Like you said, that was not his fight. He should have stayed out of it because nobody mentioned him by name. And on top of that, you are trying to take advantage of someone's kindness. Tony Khan may be kind, but he's not going to be pushed around. And people are trying to make it seem like, oh, Tony Khan's similar to Vince McMahon. No, he's not. The difference is Tony Khan has made it quite clear that the environment that he's built is a family-oriented environment. He is not closed off. He is not like Vince McMahon, who is going to give someone a script, say, okay, you have to do this. I don't want to be questioned. I am God. You're going to listen to me or I'm going to fire you and you're going to be out of a job. You won't have money to support yourself. Tony Khan's not like that. Tony Khan is willing to listen. Tony Khan is willing to sit down with someone, talk things out, find common ground, compromise, and actually work to make the environment better for the employees that he's employing. And Lio Rush, he was in AEW for 3 months? And he was actually doing some really good work, especially with Dante Martin. And now, because of his big fucking mouth, he thinks that he's owed something by Tony Khan. Motherfucker, Lio Rush, you might be a great talent, but you're not fucking owed anything. You've been here for 3 fucking months. You're not fucking Chris Jericho. You're not the Young Bucks. You're not Kenny Omega. You're not fucking Cody Rhodes. You're not CM Punk. You're not Bryan Danielson. Sit down and know your fucking place. Lio Rush was the architect of his own downfall. And Lio Rush did something that no one should be doing. Tony Khan did nothing wrong. Could it have been handled privately? Yes. Could both parties, Big Swole and Tony Khan, have talked things out behind the scenes? Yes. But do I blame Tony Khan? No. Because if someone like that comes out and says something blatantly fucking retarded and false, like Big Swole did, I'm going to go out publicly and bash her and put her in her place after she pretty much embarrassed me and spoke lies about my company. Because I have people do that to me. I saw myself in Tony Khan when he did that. So I don't blame Tony Khan at all. As far as I'm concerned, Lio Rush stepped over the line. He tried to take advantage of Tony Khan's kindness. People think that Tony Khan's a pushover. No, he's not a fucking pushover. He ain't no fucking pushover at all. At the end of the day, Lio Rush has nobody to blame but himself. And to be quite honest with you, I would not be surprised if he goes into his 30th retirement after this fiasco. Where does he go? Does he go to MLW or New Japan? Maybe. I have absolutely no idea. But Lio Rush, stupid fucking call by Lio Rush. And at the end of the day, there's nobody to blame but Lio Rush in this case. Tony Khan did nothing wrong and said nothing wrong. And people really need to open their fucking eyes and stop pushing their agendas and being brainwashed by social media. And that's that.
Yeah, I mean that's well said. I mean that's well said because he in the article he says Lio Rush demanded that Tony Khan give an apology, and then after that he was pulled off of AEW television because of his antics. So let me explain something to you all. You know, I was accused of being a racist many years ago. Okay?
How is that even possible?
I mean, I've been accused I've been accused a lot of being a racist. And let me explain something to you.
Aren't you
I
a person of
have,
color?
yeah, look, folks, if I was a racist, okay, if I was a racist, okay, I wouldn't have DJ Storms on my show. I wouldn't have Top Rope Squishy. I wouldn't have different people of color. I wouldn't have a Middle Eastern guest on my show. You see, you all take these labels and you put on people and you don't even know them. You don't even know them. You don't even know them. You don't know them. And you don't know me. So for you all on Twitter to put these labels on Tony Khan, I mean that is absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And this has nothing to do with a black and white thing. This has to do with talent. This has to do with your performance in the ring. This is what wrestling, that is what it is really all about. It is not about your skin color. And you people in the community need to open your damn mind. It is not about race. Get it through your thick skull and stop going on Twitter and make these ridiculous, baseless comments that are just absolutely out of this world. Absolutely, I'm just frustrated with this community. I really am.
It's quite sad. It really is. And that just goes to show you how shitty social media has made the public climate nowadays. It is quite fucking pathetic. It really is quite fucking pathetic. But at the end of the day, all we can do is continue being smart, and they continue being absolute fucking idiots. But that was an AEW report. Earl, he wanted to get that out and speak on that. I was actually going to save that for the Lightning Flash update this Saturday before the Rumble, but I figured that we talk about it now. And thank you for bringing that to light, Earl. As far as the Royal Rumble goes, there are 6 matches on the show, and dude, let me tell you something, dude. I don't care. I really don't care, man. It's the same thing every single week. It's the same thing every single time there's a big event like this. The show is poorly built. There's no effort. There's no buzz. There's no interest. I just don't care. I don't care. And I've had so many conversations with so many friends, Danielle included, Rob, and some of my friends here in Jersey that I see all the time. I've told them, if I did not have this brand, if I did not have the DJ Storms brand, if I never created it, I would not be reviewing WWE at all. I'd be watching AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage weekly and religiously, and I'd only be watching them and going to their shows. I don't go to any WWE shows, and I don't buy any WWE merch anymore, but I have to watch their shows because I've had people come up to me and say, hey, I don't watch WWE anymore. You are my source. I watch you for the reviews, and I watch you to get the news and rumors and the results of Raw and SmackDown. I feel like I'm letting them down if I don't watch this show. So I have to watch this show. But as far as the Royal Rumble goes, dude, it's the same shit that we've been talking about every single time we bring up the WWE product. Dude, I don't care. There's nothing newsworthy about it. Outside of the 2 world title matches, which I believe, if they are both given time, we could be on the verge of 2 match of the year candidates, I hope. But as far as the Royal Rumbles go, I'm actually genuinely concerned that WWE is going to make a terrible decision and have the wrong individuals win the Royal Rumble. That they have a prime opportunity to do something that they very well could do. I know a lot of people have been very fearful, and I didn't think about this. I didn't think about this until last week. A lot of people are fearful that Omos is going to win the Royal Rumble. I didn't think much of it, but it could be a very real possibility. So I'm genuinely concerned there. But overall, I don't care. I really don't care. It's like I'm watching the deterioration of something that I once knew and loved as a child. They just don't care. We're WWE. We made all this money. We're going to do whatever the fuck we want. Vince McMahon is writing for Vince McMahon and Vince McMahon only. So at the end of the day, we have what we have here with the Royal Rumble 2022. And I am not looking forward to WrestleMania at all. Stupendous? Yeah. If you look up stupendous in a dictionary, the last thing that you'll see is a picture of WrestleMania. So I don't know where they're coming up with this shit, but WrestleMania season is not looking interesting whatsoever. As far as the show goes, all I can hope for is a decent show. That's it. All I can really hope for is a decent show, but I don't really expect anything. What about you? What are your thoughts on this build?
First of all, let me just say one thing. As everybody knows, I grew up on WWE. I grew up in the golden age of wrestling. I grew up. And the only reason why I go to their events and I watch their product, and I do think because I need to get my homework done. I need to have myself well versed in what is happening so far. So that is the only reason why I go to the events. This is the only reason why I see the shows. This is the reason why I get involved in it. Every back to my show. Now, I hardly review any WWE, anything. I don't. And most of the time, 95% of the time, if any of my guests come on the show, we are talking AEW. We are not talking WWE. The only time I've ever reviewed WWE is when Adam Cole came on my show, and him and I went over Raw, and we dissected Raw. But that was the only time that I ever delve into the WWE world. The build for the show is lackluster. What else do you want me to say? It is not the typical Royal Rumble build-up that we've getting used to, that I grew up on. The Royal Rumble used to get you excited because WrestleMania is around the corner. And it's like, this is the road to WrestleMania. This begins the road to WrestleMania. Everybody gets excited because be part of WrestleMania. You want to be part of a 14-match list. You want to be part of a night where you can have stars get created. But as of late, the WWE hasn't created anything. And ever since this pandemic happened, the WWE has slid way, 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 way off the mountain.
It was happening before that, dude. The pandemic just further exposed the problems that WWE had.
Right. I mean, it's just everything is just gone to seed. I mean, they just don't care anymore. There's no caring in the build. There's no caring in the storylines. There's no caring in the matches. I mean, everything to them is a DQ finish. Everything to them, it's just throwing gumball and seeing what sticks. I mean, it's just I don't even want to be in a production meeting for WWE because I think I would lose my mind. I think I would lose my mind because they'll come up with ideas that I don't even think work. They have done everything so far to try to gravitate to the audience, and the audience is not gravitating to it. Now, again, on my show this past Thursday, me and DJ Storms went over the Twitter poll, and I asked everyone on Twitter, do you still watch Monday Night Raw? Overwhelmingly, I believe it was 60 or 70% of the people said no. Nobody watches Raw anymore. Nobody. I mean, I would go on Twitter and people are trashing it. They're not saying it's great. So there's just nothing I can say about this Rumble. I'm not excited about it. I don't know. It's just to review thing. We have to do it, but you know what? It's just, I don't know, dude. This Rumble is just not what I'm used to. It's not what I'm used to. It is not what I grew up on. It is not. There's no magic in it. There's no luster in it. There's nothing. They're just dragging it along and giving it to you, this premiere event, as they call it. And
Who talks
what
like
else to
that?
say?
Premier live event.
Yeah, no more pay-per-view. No, we can't say that anymore. We're not allowed to say that. We're not allowed to say that.
It's PLE, not PPV.
Right. Premier live event of entertainment for your adult. That's what they call it. So I don't know, dude. I don't know what we're gonna get out of this Rumble. I have no idea who's. I don't know.
Well, we have a lot to discuss as far as the Rumble goes in terms of matches, and a lot could come out of this. Not specifically shit that we will enjoy, but we are going to dissect everything. Let's talk about the Women's Royal Rumble first. Dude, this Women's Royal Rumble is shaping up to be the worst Women's Royal Rumble since the start of them doing the Women's Royal Rumble, and I am not looking forward to this whatsoever. I'm really not. They have pretty much killed the Royal Rumble concept. Why do people go out of their way to watch the Rumble? For the unpredictability and the surprises. There was a report that came out that they revealed more than half of the Women's Royal Rumble field specifically to boost ticket sales. That's not how you fucking boost ticket sales. The Rumble is built on unpredictability. So I don't understand that we are in a position where we are revealing all of these surprises. I am really trying to wrap my head around all of it. I don't understand that WWE is just so out of touch, so delusional that they actually think people give a shit about who's in the Rumble and who's not, and they want to announce it. No, we watch and we go to it because of the surprises and the unpredictability. So at the end of the day, WWE may have just shot themselves in the foot. I don't give a shit. And as far as I'm concerned, this Royal Rumble for the women, it is really looking bad. And WWE wouldn't have to reach into the Legends cookie jar if they just kept the women that they had and actually built new stars with the women like Ruby Soho and Sarah Logan and Ember Moon and fucking who else did they release? Fucking Chelsea Green and Deonna Purrazzo and all those other individuals. Tegan Knox, Mia Yim, Toni Storm. Well, what'd they do? Fuck did they do? They released their pretty much their entire roster. Their roster is nothing but skin and bones. And now they have to dip into the Legends cookie jar. I don't know who's going to win this. And to be quite honest, I don't give a shit. WWE could go multiple ways with this. They could go with Bianca Belair again. The rumored match for the Raw Women's title is Bianca versus Becky for the Raw Women's Championship. They could do that. They could go with Rhea Ripley. I would not mind Rhea Ripley winning the Royal Rumble and actually resuscitating her career by having her beat Becky for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. I don't understand why Bianca needs to win the Rumble again in order to get the title match against Becky. She could win the Chamber or she could win a number one contenders match. Either way, it's going to take a lot more than beating Becky after what they did to her at SummerSlam. She got fucking buried at SummerSlam in 26 seconds. So I don't know how they're going to resuscitate her career, but I don't care about Bianca Belair. Liv Morgan certainly ain't fucking winning the Royal Rumble. I'd be surprised if Liv Morgan is in the company by the time WrestleMania 38 is over. I'd be shocked if she's still with the company after April. They could do Lita. They've been teasing Lita winning the Royal Rumble. And Lita could face Charlotte at WrestleMania. They could do that. Lita has been teasing that, oh, I have one last run left in me. I don't know. For me, personally, now, I hate this woman. This woman I'm about to name, I fucking hate her. We shit on her all the time. But the brand split needs to end. The brand split needs to end. There's no need for two rosters. They have released 200 people over the course of the last 2 years. That two rosters is completely fucking unnecessary. It's unnecessary and it's hurting both shows. It's hurting both shows. If this was my Royal Rumble, I would have to have Charlotte Flair win just so she would choose Becky, do a title versus title match at WrestleMania, unify the titles, and combine the women's rosters just to get the brand split over with. Because the brand split needs to end. It needs to end. I'm sorry. The brand split needs to end. Now, I fucking hate the fact that it has to be with the two most selfish women in the company, but at the same point in time, if Charlotte was to win and combine the titles with Becky at WrestleMania and combine the women's rosters, I wouldn't really complain because the brand split fucking sucks. They never embraced the brand split and they released so many people that the brand split needs to end. So if Charlotte wins to choose Becky and make it a title for title match and unify the women's divisions, then I won't really complain. Now, will WWE do that? No. No, because you see, that would be the right thing to do. And when has WWE willingly done the right thing? The last time they did the right thing was when Daniel Bryan won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, and that was forced upon them. They had to do that. So who's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble? I don't know. Bianca seems like a safe bet. They could do Alexa Bliss too. And if Alexa Bliss wins, that's just as bad. Because Alexa Bliss, she's already a made woman. We don't need Alexa Bliss winning the fucking Rumble. If Alexa Bliss wins the Rumble, that will only further prove that WWE does not know how to create new stars and they push the same people over and over again. If I was booking this, I'd give it to Naomi. I would give it to Naomi. End this Sonya Deville storyline. Give Naomi the Rumble and have her beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Or if you want to, you could do Naomi versus Sasha versus Charlotte, and you can have Naomi win the title that way, and you could build towards Naomi and Sasha at SummerSlam of that year. That would be great. So I'm going with Naomi. I think Naomi would be the best possible decision. That's me. I have Naomi winning the Women's Royal Rumble. Floor is yours.
You know, let me just say this. You know, when you go ahead and you ruin a mystique like the Royal Rumble, it takes the air out of the expectation out of the balloon. It does. I am not a fan of doing that. The Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen, is supposed to have some kind of shock and awe element to it. It has to. It has to. You can have somebody come in that Rumble that you haven't seen in 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years. But when you sit there and you release all of these women, you know, like the Bellas and all of this stuff, and I was just so shocked at that. Yeah, I'm going to go on the same wavelength as you. I believe that she will win that Rumble. She's going to win. Naomi's going to win the Rumble. I cannot see anyone else.
You don't think we're going to get Bianca?
I would.
They've been teasing Bianca.
Because okay, here's the thing. How many times are we going to see Bianca go against Becky Lynch? How many times are we going to see that?
They've done it before. They can very well do it again. Who else is there? Who else is there?
I mean, but then that won't match the mission statement of stupendous. It won't match
there's going to be nothing stupendous about WrestleMania. It's going to be an absolute dumpster fire.
So if you're going to say something is stupendous, you have to do something different. You cannot go with the same carpet and think that everyone's going to continue to walk on it. You can't do that. It's got a hole in it already. You need a new carpet. You can't keep continuing to use the same carpet. Yeah, we gotta have something different. We need something fresh. We need something new. If you're gonna say WrestleMania is stupendous, we'll do something stupendous then. Do something stupendous. Shock us. Do something stupendous. I want to see what's in your cook pot. I
It's not
want to see
anything
what you
you'll
got in the
enjoy,
cook
bro.
pot. And it better not stink.
It's not anything you'll enjoy.
It better not stink. I mean, yeah, well, um, and then unfortunately, I am going to go with Naomi, and I agree with you 100%. I think that she will win the Rumble, and she will march forward, and she will take care of the Sonya Deville situation. I don't see any other woman. I don't see Alexa Bliss winning the match. Now somebody on Twitter says that they like to see the Bella twins win the Rumble. I not want to see that.
Stupid
No.
people
I don't want
everywhere.
I just don't want to see that. I don't. I really don't. It's not something I would hang my hat on. No. I don't see anybody else in that crystal ball, really. Um, like I said, it's too bad that they released Amber Moon because she would have been a dark horse in the Rumble. She could have
I would
had.
have absolutely given it. Why wasn't Ember Moon given more of an opportunity? Ember Moon could have easily been the face of the fucking division.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I could have seen Amber Moon win in the match. But you released her. It's so sad because the women that are in this Rumble, and another thing is why is Charlotte Flair in the Rumble? Why is Charlotte Flair in the Rumble? And why is she not defending that title at the
Because
Rumble?
she
I
has no
don't understand that.
competition. She has absolutely no competition. So they're
Come
having her
on.
do what
Oh,
Brock Lesnar did.
come on. Oh, come on now, guys. Come on. Come on. Yeah, you serious?
There's no
You could have gotten
competition
a
for
woman.
her. So they're having
Yeah,
her
you
pull
could
up
have
Brock
got.
Lesnar.
Yeah, come on. You mean to tell me you couldn't go to NXT, the women's division in NXT, and get a woman from NXT? You couldn't have done that.
No, this is
You could
Bruce
have.
Pritchard and Vince McMahon's NXT now.
Come on, guys. Come on. You could have done better than that. You could have done better than that.
Well, welcome to WWE, Earl.
It's
But
like
I think we were on the same wavelength here.
we're on
Naomi
the
should
same page. I'm sorry. I'm going off all over the place. I apologize. Yeah, Naomi wins the Rumble. Let's just go on, but forget it.
Courtney Holland, Lisa, and Dee Dee and DJ Sums, Rob Wells Jr. We got a nice, solid chat. Very happy to see all of you in the
Nice.
chat. Please make sure
Hello,
that
everyone.
please make sure you've hit the like button. Please make sure you share the stream out on all platforms, social media. Let's get some more people in here. We got 9
And
likes so
subscribe.
far. Let's see if
And
we can get subscribe as well. Let's see if we can get to at least 20. I want to get to at least 20 likes. Please make sure you share out the stream and get as many people in here as possible. We're moving on here to the Raw Women's Championship match. It is Becky Lynch defending against Doudrop. Don't know why Piper Niven is still being called Doudrop. Dude, let me tell you something. Piper Niven is starting to wrestle more and more like Nia Jax every fucking week, and I fucking hate that.
Ding, ding, ding.
I hate that, dude, because Piper Niven is a very good pro wrestler. I've seen her put on excellent matches in front of nobody on NXT UK. She's a very good wrestler. And the fact that she is straddled with this name Doudrop, it is a career killer. It is a career killer. No one gave a shit about her from the moment that she was named Doudrop. Nobody. On top of that, how is anyone supposed to care about this? There are 2 heels going at it, number 1. Number 2, Becky is doing horrendous work as a heel. Becky's probably one of the worst heels I think I've ever seen in the modern era of pro wrestling. And number 3, no one gives a shit about Doudrop just because of that name. You can be a great wrestler all you want, but when you're straddled with a shitty name like that, how is anyone going to give a shit about you? Same thing with Gunther. Same thing with T-Bar and Slapjack and Mace. No one's going to give a shit about you. No one is going to care. And at the end of the fucking day, This is nothing more than a throwaway match. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being the worst match of the night. This could end up being the worst match of the night. And that's not because both women are bad pro wrestlers. It's because of the simple fact that no one gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. Becky's terrible. And Doudrop, she's good, but the name is a career killer. So at the end of the day, this is nothing more than a bridge match. This is nothing more than an interim title defense for Becky Lynch to get to WrestleMania, and we'll probably see Rhea or Bianca get the title off of Becky. Unless you're going to have Ronda Rousey come back and win the Rumble. Ronda Rousey's always a dark horse, but I don't know what's going on with Ronda Rousey. I haven't been keeping up to date with anything Ronda Rousey related, specifically because I don't care. I don't really give a shit about what Ronda Rousey does in her personal life or outside of WWE. I don't care. But Ronda Rousey's always a dark horse that she could come back and win the Women's Royal Rumble and fight Becky and get her win back. They could always do that, but this is a nothing match. I am going with Becky to retain. No reason why Becky should lose, and no reason why she is going to lose the Raw Women's Championship. What say you?
Piper Niven becomes the new Raw Women's Champion in a shocking win.
Shocking? Really now? Now, are you being sarcastic or are you being legitimate?
No. There is just no way that Mrs. Niven is getting that Raw Women's title.
That's what I thought.
No. No. It's just my Virgo sense of humor, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
We need some of that.
Anyway,
Trust me, because the WWE product sucks.
No. Becky Lynch is going to retain this title. And her heel work is absolutely horrendous. It is horrendous. You want me to use that? And her hair, the way they put her hair and they do her hair, it looks like Edison bulbs. If you ever seen what an Edison bulb looks like,
remember him?
I mean, the other day, the last week on Raw, her hair looked like New York City pothole. Looks like New York City potholes, very deep and cavernous. It is just, her hair, the whole outfit, the heel work, the promo, it's wrong. It's just wrong. It's horrendous. It's horrendous. And for anybody
terrible,
who
dude.
don't, if you support that, I don't know what to tell you. You cannot be a wrestling fan. You just can't. You got to come from Mars or something. I don't know what to tell you. Her heel work is just terrible. It don't even come off natural. You know who's a good heel, ladies and gentlemen? Serena Deeb. That's a heel.
Yep.
That's a heel. If you want to know what a real heel woman is, look at Serena Deeb. That's a heel. Her promo, the way
work. It is a joy to watch me some Serena Deeb.
Yeah, she comes on TV. She says she makes a point. She says her heel work. She does whatever she needs to do as a heel. She's absolutely fantastic at it. She's fantastic. That's a heel. Becky Lynch is a mix-up in a blender, and it come out wrong. So at the end of the day, Becky Lynch retains the Raw Women's Championship.
From there, we move on to Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Maurice and Dee Dee's favorite superstar, The Miz. Lisa's favorite superstar, also The Miz. Dude, I really don't know why this feud is even continuing. I don't even know why we are getting this mixed tag team match. I don't. This shit I said should have ended at day one. This match makes the Royal Rumble worse. This match makes the Royal Rumble worse. The Miz, at this point in his career, is nothing more than a fucking snooze fest. The Miz is a fucking snooze fest. You know when The Miz was relevant the last time? When he was feuding with Daniel Bryan in 2018. That was the last stand of The Miz. That was the last gasp of relevance for The Miz. Ever since that feud with Daniel Bryan ended, The Miz has been a complete waste of time. He actually makes the show worse. He's surpassed his expiration date as a pro wrestler. I've said this time and time again. Ever since he returned, ever since The Miz returned, I've said he surpassed his expiration date and he should not be in a ring. Put him as a color commentator, put him as a backstage interviewer, put him in the Titus O'Neil role, and have him be a social ambassador. But enough. Stop fucking putting him in the ring. He is not intriguing whatsoever. The only thing that The Miz would be intriguing in at this rate, I don't even know. The only thing that The Miz would be intriguing in is if, God, I don't fucking know. I can't name you one thing that The Miz would be intriguing in going forward. The most relevant thing that he's done in the last 3 years, ever since his feud with Bryan ended, was bring Bad Bunny to a very good tag team match along with John Morrison and Damian Priest at WrestleMania. And he got beat by Bad Bunny. But you want us to take him seriously against fucking Edge, one of the greatest of all time, Hall of Famer? And Maurice? Holy shit, Maurice. Let me tell you something. Maurice is good for nothing more than eye candy. Nothing more than eye candy. She should not be in a ring. She should not be on television. Miz and Maurice should only be a pairing and a duo for TV, and Maurice should only be a manager. Miz, I don't even want to fucking see the Miz wrestle anymore, but that's the only role that Maurice actually excels at, as the Miz's manager. There's nothing that the Miz could do that would mean anything going forward. I am counting down the days until he retires. And this match, like I said, actually makes the Royal Rumble worse. The match with Miz and Edge was fucking boring at day one. It was fucking boring. There was nothing intriguing about it. There was no interest. There was no buzz. There was no heat. There was nothing between the Miz and Edge. And it was nothing more than a carbon fucking copy of CM Punk and MJF in a desperate attempt to generate interest, because there is absolutely nothing. Even Roman Reigns has gotten stagnant. There is nothing within the WWE as we speak that is of any interest. It does not have any importance whatsoever. Nothing regarding the WWE is any importance, so they pulled this feud out of their ass just to try and develop something of substance. Edge and Beth Phoenix win. Get this shit over with. Have Edge and Beth Phoenix win, and have Edge and Beth Phoenix do what they need to do. Beth is good at what she does, but do I really think she's going to end up putting on a match worthy of being on the Royal Rumble card with Maurice in the fucking match? No, I don't. I'm just waiting for Edge to... There's two spots that I'm waiting. There's two spots that I'm looking for in this match. Edge spearing Maurice and Beth Phoenix delivering a glam slam to The Miz. If I don't see either one of those spots, I don't give a shit. I do not give a shit at all. Have Beth Phoenix and Edge win, and let's move Edge onto a match against a Finn Balor or an AJ Styles or a Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. That would be a great fucking match. One of those three against Edge. Let's get this shit over with. Edge and Beth Phoenix win, hands down. What you got for me?
Moving on. Next.
That's it. It. Real. At least give me a prediction. What is your prediction?
Okay. This is your brand, and I do apologize, gentlemen.
No. You don't have to apologize. Trust me. I could have moved on too. I just need a prediction.
Okay. When you just said something very important to me, you says that the Miz has an expiration date. You know what it's like, ladies and gentlemen. You ever see milk in the fridge? You ever seen milk in the fridge? And when you unscrew the milk and it's been there for 7 months, and you open it and you get that whiff, it is just like chunks. It stinks. It is just putrid. You want to get that barf bag after you smelled it. That's the Miz. That's the Miz. That is the Miz.
Putrid.
Uh, putrid, putrid. Boring. I'm just gonna say something to you all. The last time I went to a Miz match, was over 4 years ago, and I literally, ladies and gentlemen, literally in a live audience, fell asleep. I did not even know the show was over until the usher told me I had to leave. I fell asleep. I fell asleep. I said, "Oh, the match is over. Oh, okay, time to go." That's how boring the Miz is, ladies and gentlemen. Because it's the same moves, it's the same stuff. It's nothing interchangeable about the Miz. There really isn't. Um, I I'm on the same wavelength as you. I think Edge and Beth Phoenix win this match. Well, why would you continue with this feud? Why would you continue something that's putting the audience to sleep and they want to hit the exit? Why would you do that? Why would you torture the audience like that? Why would you torture the audience? Hardworking people. Why would you torture them like that? Now let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know what a good heel, a male heel is? MJF. Okay, that's a heel. That is a heel. That is a heel. You understand? He is not boring. He is not, he comes up with these innovative things to say to the audience. He is just, that is a heel. He reinvents himself every time as a heel. And he ups the heel heat on him. He does. He is a heel personified. That is what MJF is. The Miz is nowhere near MJF level. Nowhere near. There's just no comparison. There's just, yes, Lisa Marie, yes. MJF is a king. Yes. Yes, Lisa. Yes. That's a heel.
Lisa's got her own fetish with MJF going. So as soon as you mention him, she just absolutely melts. But
Well, I know.
that's Lisa.
I know. I know. But again, like I said, folks, that's a heel. That's a heel. That's a heel. That's a heel. But this feud has to end. This feud has to end. I want it to end, and I agree with DJ Storms. I agree with him 1,000%. I want to see a spear. I want to see the glam slam or whatever they call that. I want to see all of that in the match. I want to see all of it. I want this feud to end. It's enough already. Let's just move on.
Who can you see Edge facing off against at WrestleMania?
My dream match always with Edge would be Finn Balor, but I don't know if we're gonna get that. Again, like I said, if you're gonna call WrestleMania stupendous, I would think outside the box and try that. I would, and I would have it on night one. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I'd probably do Edge and Balor.
yeah, I would do that on night one, and I would go with that. I would wrap. I wouldn't mind it.
So from that point on, I'm even yawning. Every single time we talk about the Miz, I yawn. So from there, we're actually moving into something that's not boring. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. This match has actually had a very fun build. I like the character that Brock Lesnar is playing. It's a very enjoyable character. And we have Bobby Lashley, who has wanted this match with Lesnar for a long time. Two powerhouses going at it. I am actually looking forward to this match the most out of every match on the Royal Rumble come Saturday. This match actually has a lot of intrigue around it. And I'm actually very much interested in seeing how these two gel together. I'm very much interested in seeing how these two work together in the ring. A lot of people have been saying that Bobby Lashley could potentially win the WWE Championship and Omos could win the Rumble. We get Lashley and Omos at WrestleMania with Omos winning the WWE title. God help us all if that happens, but I don't think that's happening. I honestly don't think Bobby Lashley is going to get the WWE Championship from Lesnar. What do you do with Lashley after that? I honestly have no idea. I really don't. I don't know what you do with Lashley after that. I don't know what you do with Lashley going to WrestleMania. I am not sure. I'm really not sure where Lashley goes after this. What more can you have Lashley do? The best possible scenario with Bobby Lashley would be to trade him over to SmackDown, but we just had the brand split draft happen back in October, so that doesn't look like it's going to be a reality until we get to October again this year. So I don't know what you do with Lashley, but as far as Lesnar goes, I have a theory that Lesnar might be going into the Elimination Chamber as the WWE Champion, and I'm going to talk about that more when we get to the 30-man Royal Rumble. But as far as this match goes, if they are given the proper amount of time, give them 15 minutes, these two could put on a great fucking match. These two could put on a really, really, really solid hoss fight. We could very well get what Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, that match should have been. And we could very well see a match that could steal the whole show if they wanted to. I would give them the proper amount of time and give them the opportunity to put on a match of the year candidate. The one thing I would hate, the one thing that should not happen, we should not get a 4-minute finisher fest like we did with Brock Lesnar and Goldberg or Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre. No fucking finisher fest. It should be a straight up horse fight that goes 12 to 15 minutes. Give them time. And I'm going with Brock Lesnar to retain the WWE Championship in this one. Earl, what you got for me?
Hey, I like all of those scenarios. I do. Here's the thing. I love the build for the match. I love the vignettes that they do. I love the knock joke. I thought that was funny.
That was great. Brock Lesnar was fucking hilarious, dude.
Let me just say something. This new Brock Lesnar, I absolutely love it because he does not need Heyman as a mouthpiece anymore. With his own style of saying things and making it to the point. So I like that. It's not overdrawn. It's not overscripted. It's not anything. It's just to the point. And I like it like that. I love this match. I think it's going to be a classic. I really do. And I don't use that word often with matches. But I think this is going to be an instant classic. I think it's 20 years in the making. It's going to be fantastic. I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. I think Lesnar will retain the title. Of course, that is my prediction. And of course, I can see Lashley possibly going against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Now,
again,
I know
they're on two separate brands.
I know
that's the thing.
No, but that's the thing. That's the problem. So I don't know where I see Lashley going at this point. But this match, they're going to give each other a lot of hell in this match. This is going to be a pound and ground kind of a match. It's not going to be one-sided. You're not getting a one-sided match. So I think that this is the match of the night. This match should close the Royal Rumble. And I like it. I really, really like it.
So let me ask you this. You really think that this match should close the Rumble? I was actually thinking that this match opens the Rumble, and we either see Roman or the 30-man Royal Rumble close the show. Because if Roman is going to be on the show, he either opens the show or he closes the show. And to be quite, I could see Roman opening the show. I could see him opening the show with Rollins. Matter of fact, that would be a very solid way to open the show. I don't know if that will absolutely happen. We'll see.
Right. I totally forgot about Rollins and Roman. I forgot about that match. Yeah, well, I mean, I would like to see this close the show. I would, but I don't know how WWE's match list goes. I don't know how they're going to do this. Do not want now. Let's just hope that they do not put this match next to the Miz's match after the energy goes down from the audience after they watch this match. Let's just hope that they don't do that, because that would be bad.
We'll see what happens
if the audience
we'll definitely see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're both Brock Lesnar across the board here. No reason why Lesnar should lose that title. Not at the Rumble and not to Lashley. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. The build towards this match, it's been okay, but the fact that Rollins is getting a title opportunity makes absolutely no sense. They pretty much just said, fuck the brand split. They didn't even bother saying that Rollins lobbied for a match against Roman back in the summer, but it was given to Edge, which resulted in Edge and Rollins having a feud. And then, 2, Rollins won a fatal 4-way number 1 contenders ladder match to become the number 1 contender for Big E's WWE title, and he never got his one-on-one match. Those 2 scenarios could have been brought up and said, and they said, yeah, that's why Rollins is getting the title opportunity. But no, it's like WWE takes their audience for fucking retards. Seriously. But as far as the match goes, I think that these two are absolutely going to steal the show. They haven't had a bad match together since. Every single time they face off, they have not had a single bad match together. I am not taking anything away from these two. I think these two are absolutely going to kill it at the Rumble. Some people have been saying that Rollins should win. No, he shouldn't. No, he shouldn't. Absolutely fucking not. Rollins should not beat Roman. Roman needs to be beaten by a new star. You have a star in Damian Priest. If you build him up correctly, he could be the one to beat Roman. You have a star in Matt Riddle. You can build up Riddle properly and have him be the one to take down Roman. You could have done it with Walter, but you changed his name to a fucking Nazi submarine general. You had 3 stars right then and there. I'm genuinely afraid that WWE could very well make the wrong decision and have an already made individual take the title off of Roman. But I'm going with Roman here. And what happens in the Rumble could very well determine what's going to happen going forward throughout WrestleMania season. I'm going to tell you what should happen. Now, I don't know what WWE will do, but we'll see what happens as far as the Rumble goes. We'll talk about that next. But as far as Roman and Rollins goes, they are 2 fantastic pro wrestlers. 2 fantastic pro wrestlers. They have a lot of history. I know for a fact that this is going to be a good match. If they want to, it could very well be match of the year. Roman and Rollins, going to be great. Going to be great. I got Roman retaining. No reason why you should be taking the title off of Roman, especially after he just surpassed Brock Lesnar as the longest reigning Universal Champion of all time. You want to continue this reign until you have the individual that's going to be the next Roman Reigns on your hands. Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship against Seth Rollins, hands down. Earl Cole, your analytical stance and prediction, please.
Okay, well, I have to say something before I begin here. That was just brilliant by you, by the way. I admire your analytics, so I just want to point that out to you. If I had a crown, I would crown you. Anyway, I love Roman Reigns. I absolutely love his title reign, and I absolutely love the way he turns on that vicious cycle whenever he's on pay-per-view. He will do anything, and I mean anything, to retain that championship, ladies and gentlemen. So I think Rollins is going to be in trouble in this match. I don't think he knows what he's dealing with. I don't think he knows how Roman is now in this cycle. And he is vicious when it comes to pay-per-views. This man is vicious. Okay? This man has retained the title any means necessary. And if you don't think for 1 minute this is going to be a one-sided match, you are not a wrestling fan. This ain't going to be no one-sided match. Okay? Rollins will give his money's worth to Roman. Trust me. Trust and believe that. But at the day when the smoke is cleared, we're going to have a retainment. Nobody in the Royal Rumble is losing their belts. No one's losing their belts in this Rumble. Nobody's going to cough up their titles in this Rumble. So if you want to see a title change, you're not going to get one. You're just not going to get one. Roman retains the title. He is going to remain the Universal Champion until WrestleMania, until he gets that opponent. Okay? And that is the way it's going to be. Rollins is not winning this match. He's not going to win. Roman is just too. He turns on that vicious switch when he is in his element on pay-per-view. I've seen it time and time and time again. Look at all his matches. Look at all his matches that he has retained the title, and you'll have your evidence. Right then and there, you'll have your evidence. He will retain that Universal Champion, and he will march on to the stupendous WrestleMania.
The non-stupendous WrestleMania, actually, but yeah, we're Roman Reigns across the board here. The match that could main event, I'm not completely sure, but the 30-man Royal Rumble. 30-man Royal Rumble. Now, I've actually been quite apprehensive about this. There's a lot of people that, like we've touched upon before, have been saying that Omos could win the Rumble with Bobby Lashley winning the WWE Championship. We could very well see Bobby Lashley win the title, Brock Lesnar enter himself into the Rumble, and he could win the match against Roman Reigns after Roman retains against Rollins. Probably the worst scenario of all is the scenario where Rollins could win the title, beat Roman, and then Roman enters the Rumble just to get the title back from Brock Lesnar. All of those scenarios are terrible. The best possible scenario would be to have the winner of the Royal Rumble, main event WrestleMania Night 2, both Roman and Brock Lesnar retain their titles, and we get a champion versus champion match on night 1. Roman and Lesnar. Roman wins, ends the brand split, unifies the titles. Then on night 2, we get said Royal Rumble winner versus Roman Reigns, whoever that Rumble winner might be. You could go with AJ Styles. I'd love to see AJ Styles. You could go with Finn Balor, but WWE's pretty much given up on Finn Balor. I would love to personally see Walter. But since they changed his name to Gunther, it doesn't look like Walter is going to be in a major role on television anytime soon. I would be surprised if Walter is not released, because they did the same thing with Karrion Kross. They ruined Karrion Kross, stripped him of everything that made him cool, made him look like a fucking medieval times hatchet man, and then they fired him. So I am actually fearful of Walter's career. But Walter, at this rate, he's pretty much dead. Walter's dead. I would absolutely do the unification match and then the winner of the Royal Rumble main events WrestleMania Night 2 against Roman, and the brand split's over. Is WWE going to do that? No. Because again, that would be the right thing to do. What is WWE going to do? If they're not going to end the brand split, if they're not going to combine the titles, the best possible scenario would be this. If you're going to have 2 separate world title matches, I'm giving the Royal Rumble to AJ Styles. Then we go into the Elimination Chamber on February 19th. Roman and Brock have both retained their titles. I am having AJ Styles choose the WWE Champion, the Monday Night Raw Champion, right? At the Elimination Chamber, we see these 3 matches, along with some other preliminary matches, but there are 3 matches specifically on the Elimination Chamber card, 3 marquee matches. Number 1 would be Roman Reigns versus Bill Goldberg. I don't want it. I don't think anybody wants it, but let's be real here. Goldberg has 1 more match left on his WWE contract. Roman has no one in between WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble to face. Who is there? Bill Goldberg. Roman and Goldberg in Saudi Arabia. You know for a fact that Goldberg's waiting for that extra $2 million from Saudi Arabia. Goldberg and Roman at Elimination Chamber. Roman Reigns gets through the Elimination Chamber. Roman beats Goldberg. He retires Goldberg. Another notch on his belt. Roman continues to be built up as God. Roman versus Bill Goldberg. Roman retains. Then there's 2 Elimination Chamber matches. Number 1, there is a WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match between Brock Lesnar, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and who else? Who else is there? We got Rollins, Owens, Lashley, Balor, Big E, I guess. So Big E, Rollins, Owens, Lashley, Lesnar. Did I miss Balor? I think I might have. Lesnar, Rollins, Lashley, Owens, Balor.
You missed Balor.
Yeah. Rollins, Lashley, Owens, Balor, Lesnar, and Big E. That's your WWE Championship Elimination Chamber. Brock Lesnar loses the WWE Championship inside of the Elimination Chamber. And if I'm picking a guy to have Brock Lesnar lose the title to, I'm going with Kevin Owens. He signed a new deal. Why not fucking reward him for it instead of making him a proverbial jobber? Give the fucking title to Kevin Owens. If there's one guy that deserves it, it's Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens beats everyone in the chamber and wins the WWE Championship in Saudi Arabia. Kevin Owens is the new WWE Champion, right? Lesnar gets pissed. He enters the second Elimination Chamber, which is a WWE Universal Championship #1 Contenders Elimination Chamber. You could have Happy Corbin in there. I don't want him, but he's just there to fill a body. Happy Corbin, Cesaro, Sheamus, Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Sami Zayn or Drew McIntyre. If Drew McIntyre is not ready to come back, put Sami Zayn in there. And there are your 6 guys. I'm having Brock Lesnar pull an Edge from 2009, no way. Because if you remember, Edge was WWE Champion going into that show. Edge was the WWE Champion going into that show. And we saw Edge lose the championship. Edge lost the championship inside the WWE title elimination chamber, and then he attacked Kofi Kingston, who was a part of the World Heavyweight title elimination chamber. Right. He took his spot and walked out of No Way Out 2009 as the World Heavyweight Champion. If I'm booking this, I'm having Brock Lesnar attack someone. He would attack someone in the SmackDown Elimination Chamber, take their spot, whoever it might be, maybe Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn and Lesnar have had some history, have him attack Zayn, take Zayn's spot, and then Lesnar wins the #1 Contenders Elimination Chamber to fight Roman at WrestleMania. So the world title matches would be Styles and Owens for the WWE Championship, with Owens as the champion and retaining. And then we got Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar with Roman retaining. And if I'm keeping the title on Kevin Owens, I'm doing Owens versus Damian Priest at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship, with Priest winning the title. Then with Roman, I am having Roman go in there at SummerSlam against a Walter. Hopefully they change his name back to Walter. And then we get Walter versus Roman at SummerSlam, with Walter winning the title. You call up Imperium, and Imperium win the tag team titles at SummerSlam. That is the best possible scenario to book all of this if we are not doing a unification match. Now, the unification match would still be the best possible scenario, but in this scenario, the unification match, I don't see it happening. So that would be the best possible scenario to book it if you're not going to do a unification match and the brand split ends. Styles wins the Rumble. Owens wins the WWE title in the Chamber. Roman beats Goldberg at the Chamber. Lesnar enters the SmackDown #1 Contenders Chamber and wins it. Roman and Lesnar at WrestleMania. Styles and Owens at WrestleMania. That's how you do it.
And folks, that is how you end the stream for today. That is it.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Thank you. It's just nothing I can say.
You gotta say something, man. You gotta try. You gotta say something.
Well, you know, I mean, dude, I mean, what else can I mean, that's booking knowledge. That's what you call booking knowledge. There's really nothing I could say. What more? I don't need to smack the cherry off the cake. Do anything. I don't need to do anything. There's no heavy lifting for me to do. There's nothing. I mean, what else do you want me to say?
Well, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Can you see Lesnar winning the Rumble after he loses to Lashley, or does Omos do we see, is the last image that we see in the WWE Royal Rumble the image of Omos? Raw. Is that the last image that we see?
No, I know. First of all, we all know that Omos cannot wrestle. We all know that. There's no fluidity to him. I don't understand why the WWE is so hung up on this man being a champion. I don't understand it. How could you want to put a championship on somebody who can't wrestle? It just doesn't make any sense. It don't make sense. The man can't even do a headlock. He can't go off the ring. He's slow like peanut butter. I mean, it's terrible. Come on, guys. You mean to tell me you're gonna sit up here and you're gonna try to sell me that Omos is the WWE champion? I mean, come on, really? To be honest with you, do you want that as a champion? Do you really? Or do you want somebody that has speed, agility, fluidity, a draw? Because let's just face it, Omos is not a draw. He's not a draw. And you want to call WrestleMania stupendous? This ain't stupendous. This is not stupendous. This ain't stupendous. Omos is not stupendous. He is not a draw. He's not a draw of people. I don't know how many times have I said that. He's not a draw. Now, let me ask you a question, DJ. Who else is in this Rumble? What other men are in this Rumble?
Owens is in the Rumble. Styles is in the Rumble. I'm guessing we'll see Priest in the Rumble. Zayn is in the Rumble. I have Styles. I got Styles. Styles is my top.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best route to go here.
Unless we see Walter in the Rumble, and Walter is going by his old name. Unless we see Walter in the Rumble and Walter's going by his own name, I'm going with Styles.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with someone else, but not Omos. Not Omos.
Are you telling me that you don't want to see Raw? You're telling me you don't want to see that?
No, gosh, no. I think this. No. I think the stream would collapse. No. You know what would be really cool though? If you had Omos, Styles, and Balor left in the ring. There's 3 men left in the ring. And Styles and Balor eliminate Omos. Styles and Balor eliminate Omos and we have a one-on-one for the Rumble with Styles winning the Rumble. That is what I would like to see. But I do not. I'm going to tell you this right now, ladies and gentlemen. If I see Omos winning this Rumble, I will never respect WWE again. Never. Never. Oh, I see from the chat we have the. Oh, Lord. He did it again, ladies and gentlemen. He did it again. He changed his name.
I had to
Oh,
do it.
Lord.
I had to do it. I had to do it.
Oh gosh. Anyway, folks. Anyway, yeah, we don't want to see Omos win the title. No, we just don't. No, no. That's not stupendous. That's not stupendous. I'm going with the same wavelength as DJ Storms. Styles will win the 2022 Royal Rumble.
Good pick right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this edition of The Rundown. I would like to thank each and every single one of you for stopping by. Mr. TM, thank you for stopping by. Danielle Wolf, Dee, Rob Wells Jr., DJ Sums, and Lisa, thank you all for stopping by. Mr. Earl Cole, I greatly appreciate you stopping by, and I greatly appreciate you answering the call once again. Always a pleasure to have you back on the show. I would like to know, where can we find you on social media one more time?
Sure. You can always follow me on Twitter at WWE Earl C. That's WWE Earl C. And please subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it. And please turn on that notifications bell so that this way you know when I go live. I'm going to give you the best entertainment for your bottom dollar. I guarantee you. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back in cyberspace once again for another edition of the wrestling experience this week, and I hope you all will tune in for that. I have a very special Royal Rumble prediction show on Friday. I have something cooking on Thursday evening, so please tune in, and you will be entertained. Again, like I said, if you want to follow me on Twitter, WWE Earl C, Instagram is Earl C99. Facebook, you can always find me on Facebook at Earl Cole. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I just may invite you to become the DJ Storms Posse page, which I am a senior administrator and group ambassador. So I have all those titles under my belt. It has been an absolute delight, ladies and gentlemen, a delight to be here on the DJ Storms brand once again. I do have an announcement to make. Just one announcement I have to make, and that will happen at the end of February. As we all know, on February 24th, I'm celebrating my 10th anniversary here on YouTube. I'm going to be on YouTube for 10 long years, and I'm going to have a very special show that night. So tune in for my anniversary show, 10 years on YouTube, and of course the Wrestling Experience show will be celebrating that anniversary. 10 years is a long time to be on YouTube. And I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a lot of fun that night. And on February the 16th, Top Rope Squishy returns on my channel. So I'm looking forward. It's going to be a fun February, ladies and gentlemen. A very fun February. And of course, I'm going to be heading to Atlantic City, New Jersey for, yeah. And then February the 9th, I'll be heading to Atlantic City, New Jersey for AEW's debut in Atlantic City, New Jersey. So, a lot is happening in the month of February. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Certainly, indeed, we got a lot of great things going on going forward. A lot of videos coming out, a lot of new content as well. Greatly appreciate all the people that have come and stopped by the channel. Greatly appreciate every single one of you. Like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already done so. Check out all the links in the description. Greatly appreciate all of you, and I hope you guys have an awesome Sunday. I will be live on Saturday, the 29th of January before the Royal Rumble, and I, of course, will be live on Sunday after the Rumble, and I'm looking for a guest to help me review the WWE Royal Rumble 2022 event, the premium live event, because apparently pay-per-views are no longer a thing, but nevertheless, I'm DJ Storms, he's Earl Cole, and this has been The Rundown, and I will catch you guys next Saturday for another scintillating edition of the Lightning Flash Update. Peace.